Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to the first video of our Linux for Cloud and DevOps Engineer series. My name is Dheeraj Chaudhary and today we are starting from the very beginning. Whether you have never touched Linux before or you are looking to strengthen your foundation, this series is for you. In this video, we will understand what Linux is, why it's crucial for DevOps and cloud careers, and we will get our hands dirty by setting up VirtualBox and running our first Linux commands. So let's dive in. Let's first understand what Linux is. So Linux is an operating system just like Windows, Mac OS. An operating system is the main software that helps your computer run programs and manage hardwares for you. Now, the special thing about Linux is that it is free and open source. Free means you don't have to pay anything to use it. Open source means anyone can see its code, improve it, and share it with others. Linux is not just for personal computers, it powers most of the servers like cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and even many mobile devices. Linux was created in 1991 by Linus. He built it as a small project, but today it runs a huge part of the internet. In fact, around 90% of the world's cloud infrastructure runs on Linux. That means when you use Netflix, Google, YouTube, or cloud apps, you are mostly using Linux in the background. Linux is different from Windows and Mac OS because it is open source, it is highly secure, and it is stable. And it is heavily used in servers and DevOps environments. That's why Linux is extremely important for DevOps and cloud engineers as well as the backend engineer. Now let's see why Linux is used in DevOps and cloud. First, Linux is the most commonly used operating systems for the EC2 servers or the cloud servers. Companies trust Linux because it is stable, secure, and can run 24/7 without any issues. Second, when you create a server in cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, most of the time it is a Linux server. That's why Linux knowledge is very important for DevOps or cloud jobs. Third, Docker uses Linux features to create containers. So whenever you work with Docker, you are actually working on Linux in the background. Kubernetes is used to run control many containers together, and those containers are mostly Linux based. Fifth, Linux is completely free to use, as I already said. So companies don't have to pay anything to run Linux on thousands of servers. And last, Linux has strong command line tools that help automate your task, run scripts, and manage systems easily. This makes Linux perfect for DevOps work. Now let's talk about Linux distribution, also called as Linux distros. A Linux distribution is basically a version of Linux that comes with tools, softwares, and a package manager. Just like Windows have different version, Linux also have many distributions. So Ubuntu is the most beginner-friendly Linux distribution. It is very popular in cloud environments and widely used on AWS, Azure, and GCP. Many beginners start their Linux journey with Ubuntu. Second comes CentOS and Rocky Linux. These are known for their enterprise grade functionalities and they are very stable. They are commonly used in companies where systems need to run continuously without breaking. Rocky Linux is now widely used as replacement for CentOS. Amazon Linux is specially optimized for AWS Cloud. It works very well with AWS services and is commonly used when launching servers on AWS. RHEL, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, is an industry standard in big enterprises. It is very secure, stable, and comes with official support from Red Hat. Most large companies use RHEL for critical systems. Debian is one of the oldest and most stable Linux distributions. Ubuntu is actually built on top of Debian. So in this tutorial series, we mainly use CentOS so you can learn Linux in real enterprise-like environment. This will help you understand how Linux is used in professional setup. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to install a VirtualBox on the Windows server. You can also install it on a Mac or other distributions. And then once we install it, I am going to go ahead and spin up one virtual machine for us on which we are going to do our entire course R&D and hands-on. So for doing that, what you have to do is first go over here and search for VirtualBox. Enter. It will take you to Oracle VirtualBox. You can open it. Once you open Oracle VirtualBox, over here, go inside download, and whatever is your operating system, based on that you can download. So my operating system over here is Windows Host. So I will click on Windows Host, and it will go ahead and install the binary for me. So once the binary has been installed, you can just double click on it. That is the executable file, and it will ask you for admin permission. I will say yes. Once you have admin permissions, then you have to go ahead and start by installing it. So you will click on next. I accept, next. And over here it is saying the option that you can change it, but you cannot change it apart from a C drive to any other drive in Windows. It will install in C drive only. So there is no point of changing it. So keep it as it is. It is not going to take much of your memory, just 232 MB. And whatever virtual machine we are going to create, we are going to keep that on our other drives. So our main C drive is not overloaded with the size of the software. Then you have to click on next and click on yes, click on next, and click on install. This will go ahead and this will install your Oracle VirtualBox on your machine. So once the installation is complete, click on finish, and it is going to launch the VirtualBox for you. So this is how the VirtualBox is going to be launched. So once your VirtualBox is launched, the second step is going to be you have to go back over here on Google search once again. And as I said, we are going to use CentOS, which is an open source operating system. So I'll click on CentOS. Over here is the CentOS project. So I will just open this. Once you're in CentOS project, click on download. And as my architecture is 86 into 64, I am going to use this architecture, and I will click on mirrors. So this is going to go ahead and download the ISO file for me that we are going to use to spin up our virtual machine in virtual box that we just installed from Oracle. Now, just keep in mind, this file is too heavy. It would be around 8 to 10 GB. So whenever you're downloading it, just make sure you're on Wi-Fi or some different network where you are ready for data of around 8 to 10 GB to be consumed. So once you click on that, it is going to create an ISO file. Let me show you how that looks. So this is how your file will look. So this is the file that I downloaded, and for me it is 9.5 GB. So that is the big file that you have to download. So once you download that file, go back to your virtual machine and click on new. Once you click on new, over here you have to give your virtual machine name. I will say CentOS. CentOS is going to be my virtual machine name. And over here, I am actually going to go ahead and change the VM folder so that it does not occupy my space in the C drive. So I will go to D drive, softwares, and over here I have created one virtual VMs folder. So whatever uh, memory utilization it has to do, it will do it from my D drive. Now I will select the ISO image that I have downloaded. So this is my ISO image. I will select this. So once you select all these three details, it will automatically go ahead and populate that for you. And now just make sure that it is saying that proceed with unattended installation. I will just uncheck it, and I will click on next. Once you click on next, over here, what you will have to do is just go ahead and change this to 4096. That will be 4 GB. and no need to change anything else. I will click on next, and now just go ahead and say finish. Once you click on finish, you will see that CentOS VM entry has been created in your VirtualBox now, which you can see. Now, once CentOS entry is created, just make sure that this CentOS stream is automatically selected. This is the file that we downloaded, the ISO file. So if it is not reflecting over here, just make sure it is reflecting. So once this is over here, what you will have to do is right click on it, and from here you can start, or you can directly click on start from here. Once you click on start, it will start powering up your virtual machine. So see, it is just powering up your virtual machine, and in some time it will give me a pop-up of the virtual machine, and this is how it looks. So my virtual machine has started. Now, once your virtual machine has started, just keep in mind, whenever I am going to click inside this, it will capture my mouse. So by any chance, if your mouse is captured and you're not able to bring it outside from this window, you have to press control, that is on the right hand side of your laptop, the right control key. So now I will go inside, and once I am inside, I am going to go ahead and click on install CentOS Stream 10. So once I do that, see, my mouse is here. Now I will press control, it has came out. I will just, so this will take some time for it to go ahead now and install it. So be patient. So now our installation is complete, and it will start by asking us few questions that you have to answer. So over here right now, it is asking us to select the language. So I will select the language as English. So many a times, once you click inside, it will take away your access to the mouse. At that time, you will have to use the tab key. So right now, I will just go ahead and use the tab key. So based on this tab key, I will just go ahead and click on continue. So once I clicked on continue, it took me to other requirements. So as part of this other requirement, you will see that you have to actually make sure that you provide installation destination, you provide a root account password, as well as you go ahead and do user creation. So let's do it. So I will just go ahead and click on this, and as I can see, I have to use my mouse. Oh, sorry, I have to use my keyboard instead of mouse. So for installation source, it has auto detected. I will go for installation destination. Once I click on that, I will just come down. So this is selected already. So I will just go back and say done. So you can see that dependency has been taken care of. Now, the other option, if you want to make any changes to your keyboard, your installation source, or any other network, you can do it from here. But now I will go ahead and keep enable the root account with the root password, which I will keep it as root itself. So both the password is root. Okay. And now I will say allow SSH login with password. So uh, now I will go back, click on tab, and done. So you have to press done 2 times. Then you can go to user creation. So I will go ahead and create a CentOS user, CentOS user. And I have given him admin permissions, as well as require a password to use this account. And the password is going to be CentOS CentOS @123, and same I will keep here, CentOS 23. So I have created the user along with the password. Then I will go ahead and click on done. So my admin user is also going to get created. And after that, I have to go to begin installation. Once I click on begin installation, now the installation process has started. It will take some amount of time again to install because what exactly it is doing is, so if I take you back to the VirtualBox, so this is our VM that we are creating, which is going to run on our local machine, that is Windows machine. And where it is going to take the space, it is going to take my space from the D drive, because that is the destination that I have chosen for myself. So that is how it goes ahead and consumes. So I will just uh, go back and wait for this installation to complete. So guys, as you can see, the installation is complete. I'm not going to go ahead and reboot the system. So instead of doing that, I will go ahead and right now it is showing running, right? So I will say it as shut down. So shut down, and this it is going to go ahead and shut down our VM. So once our VM is shut down, we have to perform one important step, and that important step is you have to go over here. So now it is showing power off. So inside this, right click, go to settings, and you have to make sure that you go in storage, and from here you have to remove this. Otherwise, if you don't remove this attachment, it is again going to go ahead and start the installation by reading this ISO image. So I will remove this attachment, say remove, and say OK. Once it is done, then you can now go ahead and start your server. So this will automatically power up your virtual machine. So you can see that our virtual machine is powering up. And if I just make it small and clear this, now we are going to be in that stage where it is going to go ahead and ask us to log in. So now, as you can see, it is asking us to log in with our CentOS user. So I will just click on the screen, and once I am inside the screen, see, now it has captured the mouse. So I will go ahead and provide CentOS our password and hit on enter. So once you're logged in, you are going to see this page. If you want to understand what is there as part of this console, you can take a tour. Otherwise, you can click on skip. As our installation is completed, what's next? So now we are going to go inside our virtual machine, and we are going to run some commands from that specific virtual machine. So what are the commands that we will run? So first, we are going to go ahead and open the terminal. So guys, as you can see, our terminal is being loaded. So once our terminal is open, we are going to run these three commands. That is pwd, which will go ahead and print our working directory, that is our current working directory. Then I will run whoami, which will show us the username from which we have logged in. And then I will go ahead and say hostname, it will show us the computer name. So let me jump to our system, and over here I will say pwd enter, and this is our current working directory inside which we are right now. And if I say who am I, and it will say this is the username from which you have logged in. And if I say host name, it is going to share the server name. So this is our server name that has been allocated. And if I say host name -I, it is going to give us the IP address. So that's a wrap for our first video, where we covered the fundamentals of Linux and a setup of the virtual Linux by using the Oracle VirtualBox. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning step by step, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.